Let's go. 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 Yeah.
Learn and live in love.
Learn, live, and love.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's talk about real life, everyday situations.
Everyday situation.
We come to build up our brother
Alpha
and
men.
real life relationships.
Let's come
Come together and take a stand in our household. Welcome to the Backbone Show. Yeah.
We welcome you
Welcome to the Backbone Show.
to the Backbone Show. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go.
It's your boy Mel. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Mel and welcome to the Backbone Show. Whether you're watching this now or you watch this on the playback, thank you so much. Feel free to obey your screen right there. Hit the like button for me. Hit the share button as well. We got a pretty interesting topic to talk about today. But before I go into that, I want to present something. Look at this. This is, probably can't see it, the cover of my diploma when I was in high school. Now, this representation, you see how jacked up it is. Now, I just received this actually from my ex-wife. My ex-wife moved from one place to another, and she found this. And I guess in the old documents that we had. Now, as you see this is run down, very run down. However, I'm very proud of this. I mean, when she immediately saw it, she started apologizing automatically, saying, I'm so sorry that it looks like that, but I'm not upset whatsoever. Not only is my diploma, see my diploma there, and you see my ministry license. Yes, I'm a licensed minister. But I'm not upset about it because this is a direct reflection of how far I've come in my life. I know this is 2005, so really not based on old rust and all that. She actually had it in a place that had a lot of damage and residue and all kind of crap. But this is a representation to me about how far I've come in my life. And that's what allows me to give certain type of topics, speak on certain things. As such, this video today. This video, we're talking about risk-free relationships. There's so many people that are looking for risk-free relationships. Now, I know there's so many connotations you can take from that particular topic. There's so many different ways you can look at this topic, but I got a more of a creative way I want to look at it. Risk-free relationships. What do I mean by risk-free? Risk-free, y'all know I'm black and I'm from the hood, so my tongue get tied at times, so I may say this word wrong because it's kind of a tongue twister. But risk-free relationships, it's when someone goes into a relationship that has a high probability of failure. Someone that will go into a relationship knowing that this person more than likely won't be legit. See, the thing is, guys, majority of us and a lot of us are so used to bad relationships that we rather choose someone that is horrible for us, knowing that when it goes bad, when the inevitable happens, that would hurt a lot less than to take a risk on somebody that I really have hope for and really believe could potentially work, and then feel that more pain. It hurts a lot worse when there's somebody you believe in. What's going on, Marcus? What's up, Edie? Edie, don't get in trouble at church. It hurts a whole lot more when it's somebody who can potentially you see in your future and they let you down. So we going through risk-free relationships. We going after like Sweetie and Quavo or so many other people out there. High risk, high reward. That's correct, Marcus. There's so many people out here that rather be with a thug, that rather be with a city girl, knowing that, hey, it ain't gonna work out. I mean, I know most relationships full of S. I almost cuss on my channel. I really want to be honest with you, but I may get there one day. They know for a fact there's a high probability this person is gonna let me down, regardless I get somebody good, regardless I get somebody bad. I might as well get somebody bad. Let me tell you guys a story. I'll try to give examples out of my life. I just told you I met my ex-wife the other day, but the lady I met before my ex-wife, the lady I dated right before my ex-wife, is a lady, I'm not going to say her name because she may watch. Is a lady I met when I was 19, early part of being 19. I met her through a friend. Now, we connected instantly because at the time, like I said, I was a minister and she was a woman of God, a holy woman of God. So I was like, man, it's the first like Christian woman, like I ain't talking about just a church girl, first actual Christian woman that I was very interested in. She had my full attention. She was very beautiful, had a donk. And more than anything, she was very, very high, had a high level of intelligence, had really all the things I can ever see myself with. And instantly when I met this girl, I was like, man, I can see this girl as my wife. I really did. So I went into that open, fully open. Now, the night we had together, our first date together, I actually went to her place. Her mom, she was living with her mom at the time. We was young. She was living with her mom at the time. I went to her place and I said, I really like you, man. You're super dope. I think I can see myself with you in the future. Young Link, what's up, my man? Good to see you, brother. Haven't heard from you for a little while. Now, I thought I could see myself with her. I thought that could be my wife, y'all. I really did. And growing up from the church, God, I'll be honest with you, church people put pressure on you to get married young. That's a real deal thing. I ain't saying people shouldn't get married young. I'm saying church people put pressure on you to get married young. So my mind was already functioning on, I want to meet this girl. I want to have a future with her. Let's make it happen now, honestly. That's what I was thinking. However, we had a night. I'm telling you, well, another thing that made me really want her. Our night together, guys, the date went 100% well. But I was a big time freak back in my day. I ain't gonna lie. Even though I was a minister, I was doing my thing. Sexual thing, that is. So a big part of me did not want to go there with her. I'm still a young man. I wanted to go there with her. So we had a little makeout section, guys. Cause your boy Smooth. I'm sorry. I can talk a nun out her panties. Just playing. Your boy Smooth. I gotta give myself that. So reformed that, bro. That's right, Marcus. I came a long way. I came a mighty long way for the Lord. But so I'm reformed. But back then, I was getting it in. So me and her had a makeout session, and I did the normal moves that I would do on any girl, and it did not work. So I was like, man, I was even more impressed. Any women watching this, if you don't know, even if a guy really try hard to get it on the first date, he really in the back of his mind gonna respect you more if you don't give it to him. Be honest with you. So that's what happened. So I went to bed that night. Her mom said it's late. Her mom came out and said, it's late. Go ahead and stay here. You sleep on the couch. My daughter sleep in the room. I was like, cool. Mama let me stay the first night. I'm in there. I am in there. So I'm sleeping on the couch, going to bed. I just met my wife. I went to bed, laid down on the couch, knocked out. Sun come up. Wake up. It was one couch on this side. On the other side of the room, it was another couch. And I say I woke up to her staring dead at me. I was like, oh. What's up, baby? Doing all right? We need to talk. Now, any man know. Any woman say, we need to talk. Something bad about to happen after that. We already know. So, we need to talk. She said, this is not going to work. Now, that was probably the most hurtful words I ever heard in my life at that point. Because I thought I met my wife, y'all. She said, this not going to work. So, at that point in my life, I was a runner. I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever I heard some bad news, I was gone. So, I didn't even let her explain. But the fact she said it's not going to work, I was gone. What am I trying to tell you guys with this story? I met a friend. The friend that I met her through, I saw him a couple months back. He informed me she is still single. To this day, she ain't never been married, never had a long-term relationship. She's still single. To this day. Listen, the girl has everything that any man can want in a suitable wife. Why is she still single? Well, he told me she's scared to take risk. she's met several men that fit the criteria of a godly man, of a husband that can lead her, all the criteria that any woman can want of her dynamic. But she's still single and probably would never be married. Why? Because that same mom that let me stay that night, she grew up in that house seeing her mom stay single and never get a man and never fulfill the life that she has to live. And also, she just scared to take that leap because she seen the hurt her mom went through. That's a risk she's not willing to take. A risk-free relationship. Guys, if you new in this on the video, if you're watching right now, hit the like button for me. Share this with somebody. Because I think a lot of people are dealing with this. A lot of people are scared to take that leap of a relationship that if somebody we know is good. Some people will just jump over everybody that's pleasant. Everybody that got a good head on their shoulders. Oh, no, he too good for me. That's essentially what you're saying. But most women say, I'm too good for him. You already know. But anyway, we know you too scared. So I'm working on getting on my second marriage, second marriage. And she ain't even been on one. But I got another example for you guys. Not in my life. I thought about this, and I don't want to lose y'all if y'all are not sports fans. You may not be a sports fan, but I got a sports analogy I want to hit you with. Take a look at this.
Johnson throws it, intercepted. Knight, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh, he missed it at the horn. Never seen anything like that. Joe Johnson got caught in no man's land, waited a long time, and here's Brandon Knight. He would have beaten the clock.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, this is Brandon Knight. At the time he played for Milwaukee Bucks. It's late in the game, and he stole the ball and potentially can win the game with this particular layup. Now, it's extremely embarrassing the fact that he missed that layup. In most, definitely embarrassing. In most game-winning situations, what you'll find more often than not, the guys who or women, whoever playing a sport, the guys and ladies who won't accept that moment and not ready to accept that challenge, more often than not, they will shoot a 3-point shot. Why? Because it's the hardest shot on the court. And there's more probability that you will miss that shot. And if you do miss it, people will be like, okay. Well, I understand why you missed that. It's a hard shot. But that layup brings so much more embarrassment if you miss it. And even more of a factor, especially for somebody else we're about to get to and here in a second, it's a more of embarrassment if you get fouled and go miss free throws. So this is symbolic of what most of us do. We rather take a harder shot knowing, if I miss this, people will expect me to miss this. Or people will understand why I missed this. There's no risk involved with that. So take a look at this more. Take a look at the more instances. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. He missed that layup. Shame on him. It's embarrassing. Now take a look at other people missing their opportunity.
Oh, yeah, that was so.
Wade looks up, head fake, puts up a 3 for the win. No good. Celtics win it. And the conference final is tied at 2 games apiece.
Look at this shot fake.
And Wade just can't get it to go down. You know what was a.
Now, look at D-Wade's face. It's Dwayne Wade. We got some other news for him this week. We ain't going to talk about him. But that's Dwayne. Look at his face. It's like shucks. Gosh darn, I missed it. But guess what? He's still going to get high fives from his teammates because we know that was a low-risk shot.
Low scoring overtime.
Now, look at the reaction of this shot. It's another layup. Look at the player that missed the shot. His name Al Horford. It's an embarrassment for him to miss this shot because it was so easy. He should make that shot, right? but it's more embarrassing based on the risk factor. He went to the hole, which is a smart play, but it's a little bit higher risk of embarrassment. The point I'm trying to make, guys, I hope I'm not losing you. We more so worried about another failed relationship, one after the next failed relationship. We know that's embarrassing. We more so worry about the opinion of others more than what's right and best for our lives. So we rather chase bad person after bad person because we know if it fails, hey, it was supposed to fail. And then even deeper, it's more of a psychological thing for yourself. Because you may not even tell nobody about your bad relationship. You may keep that under the wraps based on the fact that you know, hey, man, this ain't going nowhere. I'll move to a whole other city to make this thing happen, but it's just a fling. I know it's going to fail. Low risk. And I'm not talking about when you're early 20s and trying to figure yourself out. I'm talking about 30, 35, 40s and above. You get to a point where it's like, hey, what kind of decisions you making here? So I want somebody to call in here if you can. If you willing to talk about this, feel free to call in. The description box has our link to call in, because are we going through life afraid to take risk on relationship? Relationships are all about risk. 100%. There's no relationship that you would ever go through that you won't have to take some type of risk. As you guys know, I'm a divorcee. And as a divorcee, when I got back on the market, I started telling myself, man, I got to be open to anything that comes. And I'm willing to take whatever comes. At that time, I was thinking that. Now I'm not no more. Because I have particular issues with me as well. But you got to be willing to accept some things that come with somebody. See, we got this picture in our mind of how we framed our lives, and anything that somebody else has that don't line up with that, we think, okay, they disqualified. I talk about this all the time, how we got too many people in our DM, too many people in our inbox, too many people that we talking to on a regular basis to take anybody serious. Anytime somebody do one thing, we're ready to move on. Instead of asking that simple question, hey, what did you mean by that? Or is this really something that you have about yourself that you're going to continue to go on and it's going to continue to be you for the rest of our lives? We're afraid to take risk. We're afraid to take that layup because everything about that layup seems like it should be so easy, but you still got to execute. It's so many of us that you don't bring as much to the table as you think you do. So we want to go after, and honestly, you know that more than anything, because when we look in the mirror, we know who we are. But to the world, we want to project something that is not actually there. So at the end of the day, are you willing to accept somebody for every flaw that they are, every flaw that they may have, but also hire your bar enough that you're able to take a risk on something? Vera says, I'm all about taking risks, but I don't want girls to lower their standards just to be in a relationship. I'm asking girls to higher their standards, Vera. Because what I'm finding is when women are rejected, let me put it this way. I'm asking women to understand what their true standards are. Because when women are rejected from a certain type of man, they lower their standards too low. And be willing to accept somebody that's, is too risky. It's to a point where you know that it's a position to fail, isn't it? You scared to fail. It's okay to fail. The failure is doing the same thing multiple times. We have a hard time as well understanding when we are the common denominator in issues too. So when you have a fail situation when everybody around you, every person saying the exact same thing about you, it got to be you. But women don't have a problem with lowering their standards. See, the thing is, and I'm going to give a shout out, he might not ever see this, but Kevin Samuels, I don't want to take credit for, the new wave that's going on. A lot of women just don't understand their true value. And it's things that all of us have that lower our values. I don't talk to nobody about their situation. I can't say about myself. So I know I'm a divorcee. I'm overweight. I got a lot of other stuff as well. I can break down the list that I can't go around telling people, hey, you got to accept me like this. And hey, it's my standard. I'm lowering who I am to be with you. How arrogant is that? But the main thing is to be true with who you are and know who you are. And then we willing to accept somebody for who they are. But I'm not telling people to continue to accept. Let's be real. How many ladies you know that got high degrees, high paying jobs, all these different things, willing to accept a thug and be thugged out forever, and then eventually get the good guy? How many? We know people like that, and just be sitting there looking like she know this ain't good. She know this ain't gonna work, but we want to change somebody. We hoping that we can be the thing that changed them and motivates them to be something different. That's all it is. But if you get to a certain age, that person is exactly who they are. But I knew coming into this market, there's going to be some broken women around my age bracket. So as long as they have certain abilities about them and certain things I know I can build with, I'm willing to accept a couple of the broken things. I'm with it. That's all it is. I mean, if you guys are here, feel free to comment about this, because I'm not saying I'm absolutely correct. If you have anything you want to say against it, go ahead. But are you willing to risk embarrassment? Are you willing to risk, a little bit of your time? Are you willing to risk a year of your life? Because the reason I got off this whole thing of, I don't want to waste my time. Of course, going in, if it's too risky, if it's something that you know is a red flag that cannot be ignored, if it's something that you know that it's going to be a significant factor, and you actually having a functioning relationship with this person, move on. But I know that if I'm really going to have the time to invest and get to know somebody, if I'm really looking for something serious, I have to take a risk in it. I'm going to lose something by getting to know somebody. And that's a good thing. The reason I stopped thinking about the time I'm investing in someone is when my parents divorced after being with somebody for 30 years. So you mean tell me somebody can be together 30 years and just say, hey, I'm out of here? Hey. Yes, it can happen. So why I'm worried about 30 days or whatever? And even in my old marriage, I understood, man, the main thing that, I'm going to be real, the main thing that kept us together at times was not wanting to lose out on the time we invested. And honestly, I say this all the time. I got shoes I've been having or socks I've been having for like 11 years. But I don't get rid of them. Just because you have something for a long time don't mean it's worth staying with it. So I don't know, man. That's just me. But I really believe a lot of us just playing this thing too easy. And then waiting to a time where, like also Kevin Samuel referenced, that danger zone moment, when we get to a point where, well, really more so women on this aspect, get to a point where you are off the market. You kicked yourself off the market because you waited and was afraid to take that leap of faith when you was at your peak. But according to some women, they never have a peak. They take a couple of examples. I think Naomi Campbell just had a baby at 50, I think. I want to say that it was somebody just had a baby at 50 this week or last week. So we say, I hated when I saw that because women going to come out, it can happen. Naomi Campbell had a baby at 50. It can happen. Okay. That's all I really want to present, guys. Nobody's going to come on. It's all good. But I appreciate you guys for joining. Be sure to hit the like button as you come out. If you're new to this channel, watch us on the playback, hit the subscribe button. Also, you can hit me in the comment section below. Guys, been a good show. Hope you enjoy it. Let's grow. Peace.